me the water, man. Pass me the water, man. Mm-mm-mm. I got my water, man. Let's go. Head on head collision. I'm a problem and nobody can solve him. I'm long division on the road to success, but it's more of a mission. They said I would be dead or I was going to prison. Well, one of them is certain, but the other one isn't. I make rare decisions. Rock diamonds that impairs your vision. Nah, I'm just messing with you. Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy Riley Escobar, and this is the Just Send It podcast, which I just heard me spit old school Jada Kiss freestyle. Y'all gotta listen to that. But this is episode 20. Sorry for my lateness. Y'all don't understand. When we get into the pod, I'll tell y'all what when we get into the pod, I'll tell y'all what went down. So without further ado, please cue intro, please. Let's hurry up and get this done. What's good, fam? You alright, man? You chilling, man? Yeah, yo, I'm good, yo. You know, Gucci, you know, out here maintaining, trying to do my thing, yo. Good to know, man. What's good, fam? You good? Yeah, I'm good, yo. You know, try and flood the streets or whatever. You know how we do, man. We just try, we try to elevate. Briefcase state of mind, So sorry for my lateness. I was supposed to put out episode 20 last week. However, like some crazy stuff was happening last week. First thing first, what happened? Oh, my sister, she was working in my room on something. No. Oh, yeah. My sister, she was setting up her 3 trap phones or whatever the case may be in my room for like 2 days straight. And one of them happened to be on the day that I recorded the pod. So like it wasn't until like my bedtime that she left my room. So I was like, yo, I guess I can't record my podcast today because like you still in my room. She's like, oh snap, I'm about to leave. Like, go ahead. I said, yo, it's already 10 o'clock. I gotta go to bed to get up for work at 5 a.m. So that kind of happened like the first day, and then the second day, they needed my equipment to record something else for a project they were working on. So it's like, dang, now I gotta like hurry up and record stuff so I can give my camera and mics and everything off to them for their project. So I actually did record a show. However, for some reason, Zoom was acting up and my podcast episode was literally chopped and screwed. So it was like, dang, like WTF. So that kind of made me sick. Like, man, I had this, my sister, and then Zoom started adding up and they need my equipment. So like things have been crazy, but we finally getting around to actually recording the episode. Thank God. What I was going to say last episode was, hopefully everybody had a great Valentine's Day, mains and sides. And like, I was going to throw the joke out there, like, yo, why be the main and you can be the side, because side dishes are better. Everybody like macaroni and cheese, yams, green stuffing, and mashed potatoes and all that, etc. But, y'all trying to be the main, but I'm just messing with y'all. But like, I was going to throw that out there, but like, still, I still threw it out there. So y'all could take that as y'all will. But what's been happening? Dang, cause it's been busy. It's been busy this week. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Sheesh. Oh well, what started last week? The homie Cavs that y'all seen on the show, he hustled me. I lost $50 to him in the Super Bowl. Man, I can't believe the Rams won, and I wanted the Rams to win. But the only reason I betted on the Bengals because I just wanted to take Cav money. Like, there's something so sweet about taking this money and having this money framed on the wall. Actually, hold up. Actually, the mic is in the way, but like I actually got $4 of his currently framed on the wall right now. That's eventually gonna go to his kids. I don't even consider it money at this point. I consider it as a trophy. So I'm gonna give it to his firstborn kids whenever he have kids, and said that, yo, I took this off your father, man. Throw it in his face. But yeah, he hustled me for $50. And I gotta say, like, the NFL was set up anyway. The Rams are gonna win anyway, because right, they just recently built that SoFi Stadium, supposed to be one of the most state of the art stadiums in the NFL currently. So they just paid all that money for it, and then we all know that LA is a huge market when it comes to sports and anything. So like, of course, they trying to get football popping, like really, really popping there. Of course, the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers always been a good team, but the Chargers and the Chargers and the Rams, they kind of like they always like they have a fan base, but they don't really. It's not really solid, and it's because those teams is always just jump and move so much. They're trying to place the teams where the money is at. You know, far apart from each other that they can make money in their own parts of California. But like it's just not the same like team spirit. So like them winning the Super Bowl probably was rigged. Like check it out. Like last year, Tom Brady won the Super Bowl in Tampa. So it was the Tampa Bay, Super Bowl last year. So hey, they gave him one. And then this year, the Rams' new SoFi state-of-the-art stadium that they just built a couple years back, they win a championship. So I'm gonna call it for next year. Next year, I'll say the Raiders are going to the Super Bowl. They just recently moved from Oakland to Las Vegas. They just spent all that money on that building that stadium. So they're gonna have the Super Bowl there. They're gonna be the Super Bowl contenders. They're gonna win, and they're gonna Las Vegas probably racking maybe like maybe like $2 billion or something crazy. Even check this out. Check this out. Even down to the halftime music this year, everybody from like mostly from Cali was there, right? As far as performances and etc. So they most definitely just trying to like put people on, like really push that football team. So they gave him the championship this year. Congratulations. I got hustled. I hate to see it, but I'll get Kev next year. Or I'll just have to beat him in Smash Brothers. On to other news about Smash Brothers. So we recently, I think yesterday was not yesterday, the day before yesterday was actually the championship weekend for Saturday Night Smash, the Escobar Invitational. And yo, I gotta say, it was super dope, man. All the matches was extremely good. I'm proud of all the contestants. And I gotta say, I got it right here in the notes. Congratulations to the guy Bonatello. He the Saturday Night Smash champion. This is his second time winning, if not his third time. I know he won cycle 2 over the Wi-Fi, but like he won in person. So shout out to him. And I'm gonna say it because if you listen to it, hopefully you heard it. But I'm gonna say it like if you go on his Instagram, he holding the trophy and got the jacket and the trucker hat like Kobe, like when Kobe won the championship. So like, yo, that is crazy, yo. I was so proud of him. He came like before he even like left out the house. He looking like, yo, I'm already gonna get this dub. So let me dress up like the Mamba, and like really like turn into a photo op when I get there. So like he's the champion, man. Saturday Night Smash Cycle 3 Escobar Invitational champion. He also the 4-4-3 champion as well. So of course they had the semifinals and the finals. So they had a DMV side of the bracket, and then they had the 4-4-3, which is the Baltimore side of the bracket. So he won his side of the bracket, so he won $100, and then he won the whole ship. So like he's the champion. And also shout out to congratulations to the boy Skittles. Some guy that came from Towson. I actually posted like the flyer for the tournament and one of the old like Smash It TU Facebook pages, and he must have seen it during the course of the week, and he had nothing better to do, so he came down. He caught the bus down in the city to participate in the tournament. And if everybody would have showed up at the tournament, he wouldn't have had a shot. But somebody did not make it, and they gave him an opportunity to jump in that guy's spot. And when he jumped in there, he was cooking. So like y'all gotta go and look back at the stream. So type in I think you should be able to go through Score Swayze on Instagram. You should be able to search through there and find a Twitch so you can rewatch the whole stream. But it was super duper dope. Skittles really came in with his Sonic, and he cooked. Like he cooked in the semifinals, becoming the DMV champion, like winning $100. So he just straight came right out and just won $100 like off the rip. Then he fought the Vonatello for the championship, which he lost. It was 3-1 Von favor. But like it was crazy. And I'm gonna say it. Hold up. I'm gonna say it. Vonatello is a dirty dog, man. He actually homie stocked, right? In his semifinal match, to make it a little bit more competitive and won. Well, that's crazy. So shout out to him, man. And oh no, and let's give a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause to of course Maurice Valentino, Mr. Val, and Score, of course, Score, Richard, Nikki, Nikki, Kev, Blue Troll 22, because he actually did the commentating, SS Pony or Pony 64, Planet, Yusef, and all the cinematography team, and of course Map Technologies for letting them boys post up in there and do that thing. So man, shout out to all of them. They run a super duper smooth tournament, man. Everything was perfect. I loved it from the start to the finish. It was 3-4 weeks long. I can't wait until cycle 4. Hopefully we can do doubles, whatever. Oh, and shout out to Val. Val, they also start in a junior league as well. They had a junior league debut. It was the Master Valentino versus his student Isaiah, who played Joker. So they was actually boxing, they was cooking, and he came up there and spoke on the stream as well. So y'all gotta go and find the stream. Let me see, can I pull it up? But I know it was 443 Gaming. You should be able to go through that Instagram and find what the stream is at. But like, oh yeah, they had your boy. I didn't tell you, they had your boy. They had your boy, me and Kev. We actually was commentating. So that was super duper dope. Like we was up there doing our commentating thing, witty banter between the two of us. And I wouldn't say it was on the spot, but like, yo, me and Kev made the most of it. And I'm gonna say it. Yo, Kev is actually petty. Every time Kev like was rooting for somebody, they lost. So like if you lost your match this tournament, is a good possibility Kev was rooting for you to win. So like that was funny. But that was just pretty much what transpired this weekend. Now, what onto the topic. So, of course, if y'all listening to the show, y'all seen the title, and the title say "Rumble with Bumbaclots Oxes," because that's what niggas was on this week. I don't know what people was doing this week. Was it the full moon that we had? Was it drugs? Was people just miserable, or was people just they wanted all the smoke this week because people just wanted to rumble with Bumbaclots Oxes this week. Family, co-workers, just people in Baltimore, people driving. And I'm looking like, yo, what the hell is going on? And like it was about what people wanted to box over asking for help. Adults need to know how to ask for help. People volunteering your time, energy, and resources. They wanted to box about your boundaries that you had. They want to box about bad business. Like it was just crazy. So like let's get into that. So first thing first, right? So earlier this week, right, I found myself getting into like a argument with my sister, and this argument kind of went different than normal, right? Because normally she normally loud and kind of wild, right? But this time she decided to switch things up. So shout out to her, right? And instead of having a loud like you this and this argument, she decided to have a passive aggressive argument this week. So she switched up the tempo. But when you've been in an argument before with people, you kind of already know what to expect. Like, oh, I can kind of smell like this is like you don't really mean what you say, or you trying to be passive aggressive. Like, oh, okay, and you know what time they is. So we was talking, right, and she said if a project come up, right, like a project, extracurricular project with you, with your family members or your cousin or work, whatever, uh if it has something to do with something that you're interested in, like your hobby or something that you studied at school, you should just jump in and just help. And I understood what you meant. Like, yeah, if that's your area of expertise, you should offer your help in some way, shape, or form, right? However, what she didn't understand is like, um, she didn't understand the other side of that issue where if something come up, a project come up, um, and you just jump in and help and take the reins, you can and assume control. You can be stepping on people's toes, or you could, you know, not be welcome, right? So she just completely ignored the other half of like the argument, right? and was like, well, if that's your expertise, the first thing you should do is just volunteer and just jump in there. And I was like, okay, let's talk about it. So, for example, right, let's say my aunt is planning a house party, right, and she needs somebody to cater the food, right. And my sister here, she think, well, since I got my degree in culinary and I cook for a living, I should just automatically do it. Or let's say my uncle just one day wake up and decide, like, you know what, I want to be a rapper, I want to drop an EP. I should just automatically like volunteer, to do it. I'm gonna record your whole EP, da 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 da, no problem, right? But she don't understand that, tons of family and friends have functions all the time that have to do with, audio visual help, or they need culinary help. Like somebody have a cookout, they need a DJ, or somebody have a graduation party, they need somebody to take pictures. Like events pop up like every week, if not every 2 weeks, right? So you supposed to just jump in and assume control every time one pop up. Like it'll look nice on your resume, right? And like it'll get everybody, oh yeah, you always cook, man. I remember you did this and that. But that's not really how things work. You feel me? Like if people need something from you, they gotta do the adult thing, which is to speak up and ask. They just can't just assume that you're just gonna jump in and help. And I was trying to tell her this, and she was like, well, if you know how to do it and you versed in that, you should just do it. But like I've noticed, right, people got this roundabout way of asking for help, and I understand where it come from. But instead of let's say this, right, for example, right, let's say they got 4 cases of water in the car, right? Instead of coming to you to say, hey, can you bring those 4 cases of water, in the house from the car when you get a chance, right? Instead of saying that, they say, dang, I got 3 cases of water in the car. So the first one is clearly a question, is directed towards you, right? Is can you bring those cases of water in the house when you get a chance, right? Not now, but when you get to find a chance. It can be at 3 o'clock in the morning. It can be 10 minutes from now. It can be during the weekend, whatever. But when you get a chance, all right, bet, I got you. And that's what the response you'll get. All right, bet, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. But the second one is not a question. It's a statement. I got 3 cases of water in the car. ... You feel me? So the second one is not going to get oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there and get that. Or I can go out there and get that. It's gonna get a that's crazy. Or my favorite, the sound effect. So I'm like somebody like, I got 3 cases of water in the car. Like that, right? Because that is a statement. So I'm gonna give your statement with another statement. Like, and lately I've been finding myself trying to translate these statements into the questions that they want to ask. Like somebody like, yo, I got hurt and rush home to get Lil Woody. Instead of just asking me, oh, can you go straight home from work to meet Lil Woody at the house? Like one is a question, one is just a statement. So lately I just been riding with him, like, oh, you want to do a statement? All right, I'm just gonna ride with your statement. And what people do is like they go out of their way to overexert themselves, to beat up their body, to do whatever they wanted you to do, right? Like I've seen people struggle bringing like cases of water or sodas or etc. in the house because instead of them just asking me, they dropped a statement, right? They dropped a statement like, oh, we gotta bring in a Cisco just dropped the food off, or it's bread outside. That's how they do it work. It's bread outside. Instead of say, Anton, they delivered the bread. Can you go grab that? Bet I'll go grab the bread. But you said it's bread outside. The bread is gonna stay outside. Like it is what it is. But like we was talking about, like, yo, being an adult, right? You gotta ask the right, questions. You gotta ask for help. You can't just assume that people will just understand what you mean, know what you mean, and it's gonna help you. And the reason why people do this roundabout way of asking for help because they don't want you to throw it in their face. Not understand that, right? They don't want you to be like, oh, well, you want to ask me for help, and they don't want to hear no. If somebody say they don't want to do it and they say no and they use that no, and they within their power to use that no, they don't want to hear no. But like that's kind of messed up. You feel me? And that's super duper childish, right? That you don't want to, be an adult enough, be mature enough to ask, oh, can you help me do this? Or can you pick up that? Or can you stop and get this? You don't want to do that. You just want to, you just want to say, we need this. That's a statement. I don't know we still gonna need that, right? But like, yo, that's crazy. And then the second thing people wanted to box on, right? So after I was boxing about, being an adult and actually asking for help instead of just assuming and just throwing it out there to the world, and hopefully it manifests. The next thing I was boxing about was people trying to volunteer your time and dictate how you should be spending your time and what your boundaries should be, right? And like, I've been working on my boundaries, like really sticking to my boundaries for the past like 3 years, like since 2018. I'm not saying I was a simp before, but I was simping hard, right? Um, Kev would say it. I was being super duper reliable and like always like, yo, if you need something, I got you. Just call me if you need something any time of day. Da 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 da. And I was buckling. I told y'all about that, but like my grandmother and a couple of people said, yo, use your no, whatever your boundaries is. If you don't go outside, if you don't do nothing on a late night, if you don't want people to come over, just stick to whatever your boundaries is. And like, they got to eat that, not you. They got to eat that. You got to stick to what you say you're going to do. Right. So after I was boxing about the whole helping thing, right, now I'm boxing about, how should I spend my time and like how I should forego my boundaries in certain situations. Like straight up madness for real, right? So what we was talking about? We was talking about so they currently was partaking in a project, right? They partaking in this multimedia project, right? That they are currently involved in, right? And they believe and think that, oh, I should also participate in this thing as well, right? Um, and that, me participating in this is going to grow my hobbies and, media and video production is going to grow my passion, and etc. Right. And that I shouldn't, be putting the time and energy in podcasting, you know, developing my multimedia portfolio, what I do on my free time, shooting videos with my friends, and like just doing the things that I do to stay in this bag. You feel me? Because when I go outside on the weekends and conceptualize my shows and chill and walk around and listen to music, like that's all part of my process of like, being able to drop and continue to put out content consistently and let's stay in my bag, stay in the right mood, space and place, right? And be optimistic. But they were saying, well, you should join our cause and participate in this. This is what your time should be spent on. And everybody else who participated in these projects and was on this team and worked for this organization, they either got $1 million or wrote a song or did this afterwards. And that could be you, right? And it's like, and like what you're currently doing, podcasting or whatever you record in your room and all that, it's probably not generating that many views and that many spins. Like, and it's like, hold up, y'all never really even listened to my work, right? Y'all never listened to my work, never seen my work, never even viewed them in my projects. That's the one thing about I can say about my family. It's a good possibility they never seen none of my short films, none of my work, nothing, not even my portfolio. Um, but then they try to say like, well, try to justify that it's probably not good or it's probably a waste of time, right? And I should be doing something that aligns with what they need help with. Like, hold up, that's fucked up, right? So I was like, yo, I'm actually not really looking for the views and the notoriety and everything that you think I'm looking for. What I'm actually looking for is just being able to grow my skill set, right? And build like a system that I can give and pass on to other people. Someone else said they wanted to do a podcast. I was like, y'all got the recipe. I'll pass you the recipe notes and everything for it and everything. Or you need help in this, I can give you the recipe as to like how to do that. The 5 ways you can put together a music video, easy peasy, right? Like that's the stuff that interests me, not really the super duper views and the notoriety and the getting famous and all that. That stuff doesn't really interest me, right? But like that's what they think I should be focused on and I should be worrying on. And me helping them out, participating in their shit should be the thing that's going to skyrocket me, right? But what they say, don't miss family with business, right? Don't do that because it turns out wrong. It put more strain on the family and the business. I understand that, right? And that's why I like to separate the two. When I want to help, I help. I'll throw out volunteer, I'll come through. But when I don't want to do it, I can spend my free time and energy doing other stuff that I feel is beneficial to me, right? But it's funny. I love family dearly, right? And everybody know that like family is really really big to me. Is one of my very very big values. Being supportive is super big to me as well. But sometimes family can get the game twisted, right? And they think like, oh, you can be an extension of them sometimes. So your skills and knowledge is an extension of them. So it's like we got a podcast. We are chefs, we are editors, we do this. When it's that's not it. It's I'm that, you're this, and we could do something together, if that's interest both of us, if we both want to do that. But like family sometimes get it twisted. Y'all been in a situation where your family member volunteers you to do something, and it's like, how can you volunteer me to do something before you even clear it with me, right? And that's overstepping your boundaries. Like that can be overstepping your boundaries, and that's one thing I was talking about when I was talking to them was like, okay, this is your boundary and this is my boundary. We're not the same. We live in the same roof, but we don't have the same boundaries, right? And then when I said that, oh, working for this organization or these people, stepped up and brushed up against my boundaries, right? And that's why I don't participate in that or don't hang with those people and stuff like that. You shouldn't say, well, you should probably forego that because you can be successful because of it. Like, no, you should never compromise on what you feel like is your boundary. That's how you find yourself beating yourself up. But man, I'm telling you, these two joints happen back to back, rumbling with Bumbaclot oxes. And a lot of actually, I've been talking to a lot of my friends about this lately, that they had to find themselves rumbling with their family members over like what is the right thing they should do and how they should be moving. And like, I gotta say that, we've been doing a great job handling it respectfully because we can easily, man, you don't understand what I'm doing, you don't understand what I've been going through. We can straight get emotional. But like everybody I know that kind of like butted heads with their parents or just wasn't on the same wavelength with their friends and stuff like that, they kept it respectfully and honest, right? And like I gotta say, that's growth, especially like post COVID, where I feel like a lot of social skills had just went into the gutter. So that's good to know. And then the last thing, right? I don't know why people wanted to box with me. Like all I want to do is just chill. Like all I want to do is chill, go to work, go home, listen to my music, watch my shows, play video games, have a good time, drink my coffee. That's all I want to do. I'll joke here and there, get the work done, get everything on the stove top. That's all I want to do, right? But then people wanted to box with me. And then I gotta show them, right? I don't be trying to. I be trying to be nonviolent, but I gotta show them like, okay, if you want the smoke, right, you can get the smoke, right, and you're gonna get the smoke respectfully, because I know how to now. I recently learned how to dish out the smoke respectfully. You feel me? I'm not cussing. I'm not, being insubordinate. I'm not doing that. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just ask honest, pointed questions like, "Do you want me to do this or that? What do you think I should do? Is that the right thing to do? What would you do?" Right? I just add pointed questions, and like they find themselves being stuck or jammed up. So they was trying to box about bad business. Like this past week, I've been dealing with bad business, right? And I just came to the conclusion that like, yo, people really don't understand how to do business properly and how business work, right? So y'all know I told y'all like for the past 5 weeks, 6 weeks I've been gone away from my home account, right? I've been volunteering at another account, the all girls school, and it's been dope there, man. I've been having fun, all the little woodies been coming up there. Yo, I want everything. Give me the extra rice, this, and that. Cool. So this week I finally went back home to my account, right? Which is okay. I was kind of curious as to like what was the energy like when I get back in the building. Is gonna be the same like before I left and etc. And like it's no energy when I step in the building. Like it doesn't even feel like it's positive energy at all. Like the other spot was very positive. They had music playing, they joke. Here, it just like a coldness here, like ice cold. And I'm looking like, dang, like yo, it's ice cold here. And it's like when you go from one extreme to another extreme, it's like, dang, like something is wrong. But like what I was what people wanted to rumble about was like, okay, when you get hired, when a job hire you, they hire you to do a job, right? We all know this, right? Like, let's say the job was shoveling snow. I hired you to be our, snow shoveler. So you need to go grab a shovel, pick the right shovel for the job, the plastic shovel, not the metal, burying dead body shovel, but the show shovel, right? You gotta grab that, shovel the walkways, of course, that people walk down, shovel that snow into the grass or to an area where, people are not going to walk to, right? And it's not going to intrude nobody, most likely the grass, right? Then after you shovel all the paths, put down salt, right? You shake down salt, don't go crazy with it, but an even layer of salt. So when it melts, ice don't build up, of course, right? That goes without saying, right? And like you're expected to do that, efficiently. Like you're expected to do that efficiently without having to receive like a bunch of instructions or ask for a bunch of instructions for every little bit of step, like every step. But for some reason, right, like jobs been hiring people with they've been hiring people, right, that got experience. So I'm hiring you to shovel snow because you have 10 years experience shoveling snow. Bet. But then when it's time for me to do the task at hand, it's like I don't want you to think at all. Like I don't want you to think or to me. So you be the hands and I'll be the brain, right? So that means every little bit step, you got to go to your boss first to ask, like, should I do this? What you want me to use? How to use it? When to use it? When not to use it? You got to go to the boss every time. Like you got to run, tell the boss every time, ask the boss every time, and go and do it. And it just slows down the process, right? So being back at my home account, they was like, okay, we're going to give you some new duties for you to do, right? You did those duties at the last account. We're going to have you continue to do those duties here with us, right? If you need any help, let us know. What's the name is going to be around to help you, but cool. All right, bet. I'm looking like, you know what? I'm going to fill this out, see how things go. I'm going to be optimistic about this. I'm going to ride with it. Cool. Right? So I have the experience, right? I have the culinary knowledge and the experience. They want me to do a chef table, right? You got to heat up these foods and you got to be ready by 11 o'clock, right? You got to go in your break by 10 o'clock, but you got to be ready by 11 o'clock. Okay, cool. Then next week you got to make this soup, these sides, this entree, right? But that's next week. Okay, bet. Let us know if you need any help. For me, I like to get all my questions out. I like to see what my work is and then get my questions out. I look at my work, look at all the recipes, all the work I got to do. Okay, how much of this you want me to make? You want to make a 1 times or 2 times? 2 times? Okay, bet. How much of this? 2 times on that? 2 times on that? Okay, 2 times on everything. Cool. That means I got to make 2 times on everything by next week. Cool. What you want me to do with the old stuff? Do you want me to freeze the old stuff or trash it? Or you want me to compost all the old stuff? Okay, I will compost all the old stuff. Bet. Once I got an idea of everything I need to do, I write everything down on my notepad, right? So I can have it. So it's like I already asked all the questions. I know everything I have to do. Now I just got to do my homework. My homework is making my priority list of all the stuff I need to cut, all the stuff I need to prep, all the stuff I gotta consolidate. That's my work, right? That's what I do. I don't have to I don't go to the chefs and the bosses and everything to ask them, what my priorities should be. Once they tell me what my tasks are, I formulate my priorities, right? But for some reason, like people wanted to box over like my priorities, right? So I'm at work. What day it was? I'm at work Friday, right? We was supposed to next week or this upcoming week is supposed to be what is it? It's supposed to be our Black History Chef Table Week, right? So we making Cajun catfish the wrong way, not deep fried, it's pan fried. So it's like blackened catfish. We're making collard greens and then we making red beans and rice. Okay, cool. At this place, they are really huge on following the recipe to a T, right? And I learned in school, right? As a chef, chefs make recipes as a guideline. Like it's just a guideline tool to help you, right? But some places believe the recipe is like the Bible and never stray from it. And this location that I work at, this happened to be one of those places. Okay, cool. So you have to translate, like with these recipes, you have to translate this stuff in a language in which you can understand it. Everybody translate the recipes their own way, and it all comes out the same way. The end product comes out the same, but how you do it, how you prep it out, and how you work it out, all depends on what type of chef you are. So me having 10 years of experience, it's like, okay, I'm get started on some of the stuff in the next week, of course, but my priority is to get everything I need done today, done by 10:30, right? So me and my boss, right? She wanted to box with me. She was like, yeah, it's something about the item that you making for next week, it's not seasoned. And I was like, yeah, I know it's not seasoned, it's not ready yet. I got some other tasks I gotta do for today's that I gotta do. That's why I put it on low. I put it in the back. I'm gonna come back to it. Why are you gonna come back to it? You need to take care of it now. And it's like, okay, I got 10 minutes before I gotta go on break, and I got 4 more things on my list that's a priority today. This is a priority next week. I said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Cool. No, you need to take care of it right now. And it's like, okay, so you're my boss. Like you're my boss. So you should understand the order of operation when it comes to priorities. Like what should be the top priority for the day? Is it set the table up, set the line up, get this person get you should know this, right? I shouldn't have to teach you this as an associate. You should know, right? But people don't know. So I keep cool, I keep my cool, keep my composure, keep it respectful. Because we have been working, this is business, keep it respectful. I'm like, okay, cool. How about this, right? I said I will take care of that when I have to after I put up these items for today. So for the time being, just leave it be. This person wanted a box over this. They want a box over rice and beans. No, you gotta hurry up and do it now because you gotta build on the flavor, this, and that. I said it's not even on and it's not even ready. Everybody in my kitchen was in my pot, right? They was in my pot, stirring it, shaking it, turning the flame up and down, trying to season it. And I'm looking like, hold up, fam. Y'all said this is my responsibility now that I came back, but now everybody is touching something that's my responsibility. So if they mess it up, they're gonna say it's messed up because I messed up my responsibility. They're not gonna take ownership of it. And y'all know how people is at work. When people break something, if y'all want to take this task off my hands, y'all can take it off my hands, and I can focus on the other tasks that I need to do. Right. So nobody stepped up to want to take the test off my hands. But then everybody still is in my pot. You're trying to stir my pot, trying to season my pot, I'm looking like, yo, what is going on here? Like, I leave and then I come back and everybody is on crack now. So my manager is like, yeah, like, you want to talk about this right now? Like, let's talk about it right now. I say, yo, I really don't have time to talk about it right now because I gotta hurry up and get everything done before lunch. I said, we can talk about it later, but we can't talk about it right now. She was like, well, if you want, we can talk about it right now. We can go upstairs and talk about it. We go to the director, to the big boss and talk about it. I'm looking like these people is messing up the rotation. Like I felt just like Kendrick Lamar and I'm looking like, yo, y'all really is blowing my high and I don't even get high. I said, man, I can't keep doing this. And I think I told y'all, cooking has like felt like the hook, like I sell crack now. Like That's how it is. I'm ducking the jakes. I'm ducking the jakes. I'm pitching it. I'm slinging it. It feel like the crack game. Like I'm like Carlito's way. Like I'm trying to get out the game for real, and it keep pulling me back in. You feel me? And it's like, dang, yo, like if I had the option and I could just put a gun to another job head and like, yo, give me the job so I can stop cooking. I would do that if I had that within my power, but it's not. I gotta play the waiting game, and hopefully my apps and like my good spirit and energy will manifest me leaving the game. But like while I'm in this current game, arguing about foolishness, man, it's crazy. And I'm thinking like, dang, yo, like I really gave this my best shot. Like I really try to keep an open mind, really try to read the situation the best I possibly can. Wasn't trying to argue, wasn't trying to lean on nobody, just try to be on my best behavior, right? And like when I change, people still try to pull up and try you. I'm looking like, all right, bro. I guess I gotta go back to the old Twan. And like they don't like the old Twan. Nobody like the old Twan. I don't like coming across being petty, being the bad guy. But everybody make you seem like you the bad guy until you're not there. And then they realize, like, dang, he actually wasn't tripping. Like he actually was spitting. But I don't know what was going on this week, guys. Y'all let me know. Was people trying to rumble with Bumbaclot oxes with y'all? Everybody wanted to fuss fight or whatever. Please let me know. Oh, and we just recently wrapped up my grandfather's rest in peace ceremony like Sunday. So rest in peace to granddad. Thanks everybody for coming out, for showing support. Even the people at the old account that I was at, they even gave me a card and everything to show their support and love. So man, I greatly appreciate that. But this is episode 20 of the podcast. Like I said, I'm sorry for my lateness, guys. We're gonna keep it rolling, man. I can't even believe we had 20, man. We had a dub. Man, them was 20s, more like teens, but we had episode 20, man. I'm so happy about this, man. Got new stuff to come. I'm out.
The new regime.